So 2 more warehouse fires have happened, all right? And one is in St. Louis, one is in Florida. Somehow a warehouse caught in fire in Florida where a hurricane just happened, all right? Everything's soaked, the ground is soaked, it's been raining for days. It's, it takes a couple days for everything to dry out. And somehow a warehouse catches on fire, all right? So something's going on, all right? And I just want to remind everyone of this massive list of all the warehouse fires that have happened just in the past 18 months, all right? So really quick, I just want to hit this really fast, guys, just to remind everyone, and then we'll get into the details of these other 2. But Made Right Steak Company, Pennsylvania, Food Processing Plant, San Antonio, Cargill Nutrina, Louisiana, Van Druin Freeze-Dried Food Plant, Illinois, Potato Plant, Maine, Potato Plant, Washington, Harper's Market, Ontario, Poultry Processing Plant, Ontario, Mooston Meat Processing Plant, Wisconsin, Bonzana Meat Company, El Paso, Shores Food, Oregon, Nestle Hot Pocket Plant, Arkansas, Walmart Distribution Center, Indiana, Walmart Storefront, New Mexico, Walmart Storefront, Las Vegas, Rio Fresh Onion Facility, Texas, East Conway Beef and Pork, New Hampshire, Deli Star, Illinois, Tyson Poultry Plant, Kentucky, Kellogg's Plant, Memphis, Tennessee, Tyson Feed Ingredients, Alabama, Meat Provider, Georgia, JBS Meat Plant, Nebraska, Smithfield Food Plant, Illinois. Stick with me, we're almost done. Fertilizer Plant, North Carolina, Wisconsin River Meats, Lewis, largest soy processing plant in Indiana, I can't say the name, Potato Processing Plant, Oregon, Fertilizer Plant, Kansas, sorry, it's a lot here, a few more, Maricopa Food Pantry, Arizona, Patak Meat Production, Georgia, River Valley Ingredients, Alabama, Riverway Foods, UK, Purdue Farms, Virginia, General Mills Plant, Iowa, Taylor Farms, California, and Azure Headquarters in Oregon. All right, that is amazing. That many warehouses and food plants have burned down. This is insane. Those are just food ones. All right, these are all food related. That's insane. This new one, this one in St. Louis, all right, is a manufacturing plant. So this plant has raw materials and holds raw materials for manufacturing, all right? So this is probably going to affect multiple different companies and industries. This was probably a manufacturing center. You've probably seen those before where there's like whole industrial centers where it's 500 acres of just a bunch of different factories and warehouses and different industrialized things going on. Well, the main warehouse for this industrial center that holds all the raw materials for it has burned down, right? And this is right outside of St. Louis, Missouri. So another one, guys, another one. And then another warehouse in Gadsten County, Florida has burned down. There's not a lot of details on that one. That literally just happened. The St. Louis one was a couple days ago, I believe 2 days ago. And this Gadsten County one just happened, right? So it's still developing. I'm not entirely sure what kind of warehouse it is, but another warehouse has burned and in the middle of a hurricane. I know it's the aftermath, but it's just kind of suspicious. What's going on? Why does this keep happening? And this is just like another warning sign to grow your own food, to get chickens to store food up, right? And you don't have to be crazy with it, but even just starting, just getting going and getting the skills under your belt so you have this knowledge for the future, right? If you've never grown anything, if you've never had a big garden, you've never had chickens or any kind of animals, and you just want to dive into it in a SHTF scenario, right? If it's getting bad, it's hitting the fan, you don't want that to be your first time growing something, okay? We don't want that to be it's just a big learning curve, all right? It's a lot of nuance, a lot of little things you have to look for. It's very easy to just, kill a plant. It's very easy. It's very easy to just Yeah, especially when you're trying to get it going. You're growing from seed, all right? And this is only going to get worse. Supplies and materials are only going to get more expensive. So you might as well just stock up on these things now and get these skills now, because it's going to become harder to get these skills because it's going to cost more just to have a garden, all right? And if you get your infrastructure in place, a lot of it's just getting the garden beds ready, getting the greenhouse ready, getting the coop ready, getting it all set up. A lot of it's just the initial investment and the initial time. And then once it's set up, it's just kind of like maintenance. You're just keeping it going every day, and it's not as big of an expense. But get it now, all right? Get the materials now. Lumber prices, steel prices, everything is just gonna go up, right? Everything, fertilizer prices, everything related to gardening is just gonna go up, and farming as well. Diesel prices are at all-time high. It's not gonna get better, and the only way you can really have an impact is to grow food yourself, all right? That's kind of why I got into growing food initially, because I was just so overwhelmed. It's like this food system's not really working, and this was 10 years ago. And it's like, this food system's not working. Why can't I get fresh, organic, healthy food for my family, raw milk, and just like all the stuff that I want for my family? Why can I get this? Why can't I get access to this? And it kind of motivated me to grow my own food, all right? And now it's more than just you want to grow healthy stuff. It's kind of like we need to do it to save money and to survive, right? This is honestly survival. The UN chief, all right, I made a video on this a couple days ago. The chief food program head at the UN is warning of, quote, hell on earth food shortages, all right? Hell on earth. Who wants to live in that kind of scenario? And you're not gonna, sure, you can maybe like go get a ration if it comes down to it, but what happens when there's no rations? What happens when there's no farmers growing food, all right? You're just gonna have to get to a point where you need to grow your own food. And I know I'm rambling here at the end, but that's kind of where I got to too, all right? I'm super motivated to just get on my own land so I can grow my own food. We're saving up so we can get a property that has a little bit of land, all right? Land is so expensive. It feels so out of reach. I know for a lot of people, that's how I feel, right? Even just an acre or two can make a huge difference for one family, all right? You can have a lot of stuff going on just an acre for one family, all right? You can even have like a little, farmer market side hustle with, a couple acres, all right? So it's one of these things we need to move towards, all right? I'm trying to move towards it too. I'm trying to get land so I can start homesteading and growing food again. I have my chickens out here. That's why we've been in our RV, all right, in our travel trailer, to save money so we can buy some land, all right? Because it's just, things are just getting more and more expensive. This housing market's insane. It's just getting harder. That's what I'm saying, like, start now. It's getting harder and harder to homestead, just to be self-sufficient in this world, all right? Just to be, that used to be like the American thing, is you are a homesteader, you're self-sufficient, you can grow your own food, you can pull up your own bootstraps, take care of yourself. But it's just that art is kind of lost, all right? And we need to restore that. We need to bring that spirit back, because that's what's gonna get us through. That's what got people through the Great Depression, right? That's the only way they survived, is because they had these skills. They had these generational skills of growing food, harvesting, canning, saving, being frugal, not wasting anything, using every little scrap of everything, right? Making soap out of bacon grease. You don't just throw your bacon grease away. You make soap out of it, all right? You make soap out of your grease. Look it up. You can make soap out of bacon grease. It's just, nothing was wasted back then. It was just a different mindset, and we need to bring that back. So that's the only way we're going to get through this, guys. Let's try to bring that back because I want to survive. I want to live. I want humanity to continue. All right. That's what I want. I don't want any of this stuff to happen, but it's happening, and you have to point it out so people stop. All right. Because if you don't point it out, and if you don't say, like, look at this, like, what is happening, then people, they can just do whatever they want. All right. So we have to point it out. We have to stay on top of it, but we also have to move forward and be proactive. All right. So I know I'm rambling here, guys. I just like, I like just talking about what needs to be done to as a solution. And that's like one of the only things we can really do that's like peaceful and everything. That's one of the only things we can do and that's what we want, is to grow our own food. All right. So let me know what you guys think. What are you working on? What are you growing? What do you have on your homestead? All right. I still have my chickens out here, and one of them's getting picked on. The old one's getting picked on. They're like plucking her feathers out of her back. All right. She's got a bald spot. They're picking on her. She's bleeding. So I have one of my chickens separated right now in a dog kennel, but she's still right next to the cage, so she can be a part of the flock, but she's protected because the chickens will just peck at that blood, and they will literally cannibalize other chickens because they like the taste of blood, and they will just keep pecking at it until the chickens bleed to death. All right. Look it up. It's called chicken cannibalism. It's very, very sad. They're not even being mean. They just like the taste of it, and they like to just mess with each other. Right. Sometimes they're being mean, but they really just like it. All right. It's weird. All right. They're just freaks. Chickens are freaks, but they're good freaks. We like them because they poop out eggs. All right. It's all the same hole. It's all the same thing. All right. I'm joking here at the end. I'm getting crazy. If you're watching this still, thank you for watching, guys. But seriously, it's all the same thing. It's kind of gross, but that's reality. It's all the same hole. It's all the poop comes out and the egg comes out. Same place, all right? So if you didn't know that, now you know. All right. So thank you guys for watching, and you have a blessed day.